Hi everyone, it's Stella Grizont with Work Happier Weekly, and I'm so excited to talk to you today about other people. Other people really matter. I've done other segments on that, and just to remind you, in case you're just tuning in for the first time, we know that above and beyond how much money you earn, how healthy you are, how successful you are, your relationships are the biggest predictor for your happiness. So people really matter. That said, they can also be the bane of our existence when it doesn't work out. And since we spend most of our waking hours at work, the people at work really matter. And we know that if you have just one good friend at work, you are 6 times more engaged than those who don't. So it's really important for us to find ways to connect with people and develop relationships for our own well-being and sanity. Because in America today, we're experiencing a loneliness epidemic. 40% of Americans report feeling lonely. And by lonely, I don't mean that there's something wrong with them, there's something socially wrong with them. You could be smart, beautiful, very sociable, very friendly, but still feel lonely despite having thousands of Facebook friends and followers and likes and LinkedIn connections. And so since we spend most of our time at work, it's really important for us to find ways to authentically connect with people there. So today, this is a quickie because I have to go tend to Lenore's bedtime. So what I want to share with you are just 5 ways that you can break the ice with someone, start a conversation without doing annoying small talk, because I hate annoying small talk. I'm just not into it. I like to go deep. I like to get to really know you. And I don't like to talk about like the weather and like just chit chat. So with that said, here are my 5 questions that can open up a dialogue. So just imagine you're maybe like seeing someone in the elevator, or you're waiting in line together to grab lunch in the cafeteria downstairs, whatever. You could say something like, "Hey, how's your family doing?" That's a nice way to open up, to get to know someone personally. How are their children? What are they doing? What happens when you ask a question like that is you'll find, oh my God, my hair is doing horrible things today. You'll get to know them on a personal level, and you'll also most likely find a lot of things that you have in common. Another question you can ask is, what are you looking forward to? Especially on a Friday, that's a really good question. Like, any exciting plans this weekend? Another question you can ask is, where is your attention going these days? What are you thinking about? And so that's really interesting, because that can open up some unexpected thoughts and give you some inside perspective on what's going on with this person. And you can also ask, another question is, if you just finished a meeting or going to a conference or listening to some kind of webinar together, you can ask a question like, hey, what did you enjoy most about that? Or what was most energizing for you? Or what are your takeaways? Or what did you appreciate about that? Thank you, Angela. So that's a nice question. And then finally, what I love to do is just really appreciate someone, give them a compliment. If they just presented, I like to express like their impact and the impact that they had. So that's always a great way to go, and it's really feel good, because who doesn't like getting compliments? Although some people feel awkward getting compliments, but I think it's always a nice way to go. And when you give a compliment, really make it specific and try to share the impact that that person has on you. So for, instead of just saying like, hey, you did a great job on the presentation, you could say something like, I really liked your tip on X, Y, and Z. That really clicked for me, because now I know what to do with my sales. I'm making this up on the spot. But when you get more specific, it really helps someone feel like they really see you and they really get you. So those are just some quick ways to break the ice, try to connect on a deeper level, open some doors, and get to know one another. Because if we're going to spend most of our time at work, we might as might as well make it work for us and our well-being and our sense of flourishing and being a human. So with that, I hope you guys have a great night or day, depending on when you're watching this. And we are going to be taking, let me see, when is the next one? Because the holidays are coming up. I think I said I'd do one on the 19th. Yeah, so next week I'm going to do another Work Happier Weekly, and then we're going to take a break and resume in the new year. So I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see you next week.